Hey there everyone, back again with another video. And in this video we are gonna create something like URL shorteners. Okay, we have seen many applications like Cutly, Bitly, URL shortener.add. So we are gonna replicate the functionality of this application. Okay, we are gonna have something like what you can say, input box that will take a complete URL and it will return the short URL for our application. Okay, so let's start our coding. Okay, let me open a terminal and npm init -y. Okay, and after that we will install some dependency like express and what we can have, short id and NodeJs DB. I'm using NodeJs DB for this project, but you can use MySQL, MongoDB, PostgreSQL, Firebase, etc. Okay, it's up to you. I'm using NodeJs DB just for the sake of explanation. Okay, I think it should not take much time. Okay, so install. Now we will install nodemon minus I space minus D nodemon. Nodemon just restarts our server after any changes made to our application. Okay, and let's just create a file index.js. Okay, so let's open our editor. Okay, so first of all let's just do one thing. Go to our file and we will just change this to uh, dev, and inside this we will change everything to nodemon index.js. Nodemon index.js. Okay, and let's just go to our index.js file, and here we will change the application, or we will install the we will import the dependency of express short id and anything everything else. Okay, so firstly we will start with const express is equal to require express. Okay, and then const app is equal to express, and then const port is equal to 3000, or you can go with 5000. Okay, and now we will call some 5000. Now we will use app.listen. App.listen, and we will call the port, and after that console.log backtick server started at, where is that, port. Okay, now we will just save this file and we will run the application like npm run dev. Let's see the output. So it's saying that server is started at 5000, no issue. So what we will do, firstly we will add one line here. um, it will be app.use express.json. Okay, and above that what we'll do, we'll call the short id require short id, no issue. And after that what we'll do, app dot get, inside that we will call the request comma response response and this thing. Okay, now we will return something rest.json, and after that we will have something like this, uh, message application running. Okay, so yeah, let's just save our application and see. Yeah, my application is running. Okay, and now go to our postman and we will just see the get part. Send. Okay, so you can see that we have the message application running. Okay, and now what we'll do, we will come here and we will just create a a post request with a URL. Okay, and we will have a request comma response. Okay, and after that what we will do, we will take the input from the body part. So let URL is equal to uh, request dot body dot URL, and after that what we will do, we will just return res, and one sec, uh, let short URL is equal to short id dot generate. Okay, we have a generate function here, and after rest dot json, and inside that what we will do, we will have a URL. Okay, and we will send the URL. After that we will have a short URL, and we have a short URL. Okay, so yes, okay, so we will just save the application. You can see that our application is loaded, and now we will go to our postman, give it a URL, and we have already have a body. In URL I am passing facebook.com. let me see one thing, URL. Okay, send. Okay, so you can see that I have a URL, I have a short URL also. Okay, so it means that my post request is working fine. Now what I have to do, I have to store this application in my database. So I have database is NodeJSON so for that I will just copy and paste some data from the this NodeJSON package. I will just copy this thing. Okay, and I will just paste this uh, here at the top, and I will just change some of these thing from here. Require Q R E Q U I R E. Okay, and this will be const. Okay, and after that I have to copy this line. Copy. We will just paste that line. It means that our database name will be my database. Okay, and what we will do here in our app dot post, what we will do, we will just store the application, store the data, that is the URL, and short URL in our database. Okay, so for that also I will just copy, or no, not, I should not copy that. I will just do db dot push. Okay, inside this, what I will do, slash plus short URL, and after that I should copy this line and should paste it here. Okay, so we have URL and a short URL. Okay, and yeah, it's all right. We have saved the application, our application running fine, and we will pass the facebook.com. We have a short URL is not defined. Where this short URL not defined? Short short id dot generate. Short id dot generate. One sec. We have to pass the data like this. And what's the error? We have 33, 32. Okay, here SHO, sorry. Okay, so it will be URL. Okay, so my server is running. Let's just to go to my Postman and send the application. Okay, so we have URL, we have short URL. So let's go and see what is data in my application. So we will close the Vim and we will open the Vim again. Okay, so you can see that we have a something like this. We have a JSON in our application. It has some ID with URL and a short URL. No issue. We will go to index.js again, and now what we want is that we have to fetch the data or fetch the URL related to that data. So what we will do, we will come to our get part and we will change something here. What we'll we will do is that we will pass some ID. Okay, and let data is equal to db dot get data. I think it's get data. db dot, or I should just copy this thing here from here. I will just paste. Okay, and let's just, we have a error part and we have a data part. Now what we'll to go up here and we will fetch for ID. request dot params dot id. Okay, and what we will do now, we will just return res dot json, and inside that we have a data, and if we get a error then we should send json okay. So we will just save the file, application is running. Let me just copy this, copy, and we will go to get part with this thing, and we will paste the thing like this. Okay, and send. Okay, it has returned us the thing that we wanted. Okay, let's do one thing, post, and it should be url, or I should open this in new tab, paste, post, and we have a raw text json, copy, google.com, send. We have our short url. So what we will do, we'll copy this again, and let's see, are we getting um, google.com or not. Okay, so we are getting everything. Okay, so it think it is wrong, I think. It is fetching every data in from our database. Okay, so okay, it is a cannot set header after they are sent to client, because one sec. So we have to, okay, let's do one thing. I think this should be the case. Okay, so now get the code. Okay, we have facebook.com. Now we will copy this part, we'll send. We're getting google.com, no issue. So let us go do one more thing, github.com. Okay, we have got our data, copy, and let me paste this thing here. Okay, so you can see that our application is running fine. Okay, so it means that the point my application gets this data. Okay, so for the currently it will show us the data, this data. But in my front end part, what I will do, I will render this thing into a new application or new tab of the browser. Okay, so let's see how we could do that in React or Vue. Okay, in our next video. This will be fine for this video. This is the part 1 and part 2 will be the front end part. So hope you all have enjoyed this application, how to make this thing work and play with it. Okay, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe. That's all for today. Thank you.